G'day everyone, welcome back to the shed. We're doing another video. We're going to be doing jumping on the lathe. We're doing a repair to a baby gate or parts of a baby gate. These have been chewed for a long time by various puppies, and it's time to make some replacements. A bit of plastic here I've had laying around, don't know what it is, it's just one of that sort of stuff. That piece is okay, that's not a problem, it's just the bit that goes against the wall and the locking piece here. I'm going to take that off and see what it looks like. What we've discovered is this is just an M10 nut that's been encapsulated by with the plastic. So I'm just taking it off with the linisher, and what I'll do is I'll drill a hole and I'll press this nut into the plastic. I'll do this. This is our thread. It's just standard all thread or booker rod, as we call it here in Australia. It's quite undersized for M10. It's like 9.5 or something like that. I don't. So this looks like it was just moulded around or screwed on, something like that. We're going to change over our jaws, as these are the ones I used on the last job, on the last video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Simple turning job, doing cast aluminium or aluminum. I should get into some good practices and clean the lathe after each job. However, it's the holidays and it's been a bit lax, and we've been getting ready for Christmas. It is Christmas Eve at the time of this recording. And tomorrow being Christmas Day, so we're not going to be doing anything up here in the shed. Maybe, oh, who knows, maybe. Right, so that's our 3 jaws in. With the plastic, you need a fairly sharp tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the boring bar, and the boring bar's got a nice tool in it for doing plastic. So I'm just going to start here and plough in like this. As mentioned before, we've changed our setup. We're looking straight down, sitting on top of the guard. We're going to take the standard 40 mil and have a look, and we'll go from there. The lathe, I'm going to run the lathe at 460 RPM. That's a nice comfortable. We want this thing to be about 20 millimeters thick, roughly. Give us some gripping distance. So let's go. So we just touched off. We'll set our 0, and you'll see how nicely it peels off. I'm just going to go 15 mil. I know I said 20, but 15 it is. Go a little bit more. Another 5, and that'll have us down to size or close to it. Wrong way. Always make sure you go the right way. And that's not a bad diameter to grip and lock into place. We've got 0.7 to go off. And I'll engage the automatic feed, and because I'm running in reverse, I've got to run it the opposite way. That's better. I always like to take my burrs off. Okay, I've got our centre drill in, and that'll get us going. Then I'm going to go straight in with 13.5mm drill. That'll get us close to what we need, and we'll finish off with a small boring bar. Once again, just in like butter. There we go, we're done with our drilling operation. What we need to do is bore this out to the size of the nut. Now, we're not going to go across the flats like you would normally have a spanner like that. We're actually going to go on the hex. So we're going to have, it's measuring about 19.2 and a little bit undersized there. Might have touched that with the linisher. So we're going to go about 18.8, something like that, maybe even 18.5, and see how that looks. Now I'm just checking my size. 17 and a half. I don't have an actual insert I can do this with, and I do have bits of high-speed steel, but it's just be easier to do this. I'm going to turn this tip around, put a new cutting edge on there, because that one's done a bit of work. That's a new edge there, and that looks nice and clean. All looks good. We should be good to go. Yes, I am missing, although I've got a bunch of tools that you saw before, I'm still missing some smaller ones for more delicate work. Straight away I can see that's cutting so much better. Our nut is 10mm long, and our hole already is perfect just on that. And we'll do get it out to size. Right, so that's 17.6 there. We're going to go another millimetre. And that didn't, oh yeah, here we go. Take that off, there we go. It's a nice little radius. Let's get the rubbish out. That's looking pretty good. When you're doing stuff like this, you want really sharp tools, and you should be able to see that's pretty... Okay, that took a little bit longer than necessary, but we've got a nice new sharp tip on here, and we'll just take the burr off the inside. Really cuts beautifully when everything's nice and sharp. So now we'll get a little bit more than, say, 10mm, might go 10.5mm. We can always clean it up later. Let's see how it goes. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right. However, that's the problem with plastic. Sometimes it gets caught up. And we just unwind that. Now I'm going to... There we go, popped off nicely. And I'll get my deburring tool out again, and I'll just run that round by hand. There's no need to put it in the lathe. It's just, and righto. There's a little bit of a jagged edge there, but you're not going to see that. I'm pretty happy with that. It could have turned out a little bit better. So now that should just press into there nicely. Here we go, back on the vise. Get my fingers out the way. Yeah, it's a little bit too, almost a little bit too easy for my liking, but we'll see how it goes. Right, there it is, all done. Boring bar with the sharp tool. I'm going to be running the machine in the other direction. And of course, when you get too greedy, things like that happen. Oh, as I said, you can get a bit greedy sometimes, and the tool bit in and got a big chunk of it out and tore it out of the lathe, out of the chuck of the lathe. I had it fairly tight, but this stuff is fairly slippery, so we're going to cut that off. We'll throw it back in the chuck. We'll cut that off with the side cutters and we'll start again, and I won't be so greedy. We've got our centre drill, we've got our tapping size drill for M10, and we've got our tap, so we'll get that happening right now. We need to pull the chuck out the way, change over. Because it's plastic, we're going to go straight through with the tapping size. No need to do a pilot or anything like that. Putting the tap straight into the chuck, wind it out, and I'm just going to start the machine and then we'll change over to a hand tap and finish it off. Well, seeing it's going so well, and we didn't really need any lubrication on here. It's tapping quite nicely. As you can see, I'm just doing it by hand. When I increase the feed rate, you can see it peel off real easy like this. When you slow down, and that's when it bunches up. 40, so we've got another 10 mil to come off. 1.8 to come off, and we'll do that in one pass. And as we wind out, we'll take a clean-up cut across the face. Spot on 30 mil. Perfect. Right, we're down to almost down to size now. I'm just going to take one final cut, just to clean this up. Put a couple of chamfers on there. And the finer cut that you take with this stuff, the more stringier it gets. That's even a word, stringier. Light cut as we go out. So here's the finished article, almost finished. I'm going to have to cut this off or just machine it off. I'm just going to have to waste it, but that's off camera. I've machined down a lot of the excess that was left out. I wasn't going to be able to use it, so I just had to machine it off. I'm now holding it just there, and I'll take some light cuts and clean that off. So once again, light cuts, nothing too aggressive because we're not holding on by much. Done a lot of the roughing down off camera, it just wasn't worth recording. So we're going to take our final cut now, and that'll be job done. Nice sharp tool, stuff comes off nicely, and we'll just round that off. Does help if you put it into gear. There we go. Finished part. One of those jobs that took way longer than probably what it needed to be.